Good afternoon mga katribu. Welcome to another exciting episode of Perfect.
I am Dinah Ventura,
And I am Jojo Silvestre.
and we are your hosts for this episode where we will guide you through a selection of amazing local
Wow.
craft beers served ice cold, perfect for this hot summer weather.
And it's no other than Engkanto craft beer. Encanto is enchanting, enchantment,
Enchanted!
enchanted.
And we're lucky enough to have its managing director, Mr. Ricard Basora, to introduce us to this trailblazer in the craft beer scene.
Hi, how are you?
Hi!
Good, thank
Welcome
you.
here.
Welcome to Pairfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Super happy to be here and be able to share this with you and the whole spectators about what we do.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're very
yeah,
excited to know the story behind it.
Yeah?
yeah.
It's such an award-winning beer,
Yes,
Jojo.
yes. And we have an award winner looking guy, huh? Very handsome.
Spanish.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
okay.
So do you like beer?
I don't really drink beer except once when my boyfriend said, drink beer, it's good. It was good, huh?
Well,
Yeah,
today you will
yeah,
drink.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
let's start. Let's start.
Okay, so, okay. This beer, I understand, started, it was, how do you say that? It was mixed, I don't even know, in
Brewed.
2017. It was
Yeah.
brewed the first time
Uh-huh.
in 2017.
Yeah?
And this was done by beer lovers and risk takers. Wow. So tell us first, how is it like
Yeah.
being here and how is your life with Encanto?
So, basically, as you said, everything started on 2017.
Yeah.
Um, basically, because our founder, Ian, basically he studied in the U.S. He's a beer lover, and basically when he came back to the Philippines, saw that there was no opportunity, not other choice that your beloved San Miguel, right?
Okay.
Basically, Filipinos never had a chance, never had a choice, uh, other choice than the regular beers that they are drinking, and craft beer that has been evolving so much all over the world. It was not an opportunity to get it here. If you wanted something a bit upper quality, you needed to drink or buy something imported, right? So it's a bit on self-conscious and thinking that Filipinos can't do better than that, and he wanted to basically provide some quality extra, and that's how everything started, basically.
Okay, so he wanted to give Filipinos a choice
A choice.
because at that time we only had a few brands that everybody knows.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so, well, craft beer, I understand, is very different from what's available on the shelves
Yes.
in stores, right?
Correct.
What makes it different?
So basically here is you have commercial beers and craft beers on the other side.
Right.
So originally beer is made out of just 4 ingredients, which is malt from barley,
Okay.
hops that grows is like a small plant, vegetables that are hops that are the ones given the bitterness.
Okay.
Then you have yeast, yeast that is what makes the fermentation, and water. Basically, those 4 ingredients.
Okay.
When we go to mass-produced beers or commercial beers, the one in this country, but even an international brand, they use a lot what is called fillers or adjuncts.
Oh,
So basically, they use
I
other
didn't
kind
know
of other kind of grains. Instead of using malt, malt is expensive and is what is full of flavor. They use rice or they use corn, for example. It's a way how to make it cheaper, basically. And then how rice and corn don't have sugars, because what makes the alcohol and the fermentation are the sugars of the malt. How they don't have sugars, they add syrups and they add extra sugars.
Oh.
And then also extra chemicals there for preservation and everything.
Oh, lordy.
Instead of the natural plants, they use liquids like concentrated liquids or derivatives from hops, right? So basically, what you have from the real beer that was invented in the commercial beers is very, very low. And we just use everything natural like the original ones. So our beers has zero chemicals, zero adjuncts, zero flavor added. Everything is about the 4 raw materials brewed in the exact proportions that is needed, and comes this, right?
What you get
Yeah.
are the craft beers.
Yes, okay. And does the Filipino like the taste? The Filipino drinker?
Sure. I mean,
What about it?
so we have beers for all different publics. Our beers are very different one from each other, right? We have from our initial lager to then honey ale, more for the non-beer drinkers.
Oh, there is one.
Loved it. Then we have our mango IPA, everything
Oh, wow.
using like natural products that we have from the wonderful Philippines.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And then also our big brother that we're gonna be, that is the double IPA, a bit much more strong beer.
Bolder.
Yeah. And then also we have our seasonals that we are starting to throw to the market every 2-3 months. We just launched limited editions that we did.
Okay.
That we launched our first limited edition that was an ube lager.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm
That-
looking forward to durian.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Durian, are
Yeah.
you sure?
Why not?
We thought about that, but I don't know how.
Well, Ricard, I just have I'm curious because
Yeah.
the company started in 2017, and at that time, I think maybe there were a few craft beer makers already, or was there none? And if so, because I was reading up on the company, and it said there that there was a craft revolution at the time
Yeah.
that Engkanto was established.
Yeah.
What can you say about that? And then, what did they reimagine at that time
Yeah.
to make their beer?
So the craft beer market in the Philippines is still nowadays very, very, very small. So we're talking that craft beer is 0.05% of the whole beer market that the main brand that dominates here, right? When they started Engkanto, there were very, very small players, or what is called home brewers. Basically, people that do it as for hobby at home. You have these small kits that you can brew at home and so on, and you can try different things, and then you try to make your friends drink your beer, right? And they don't like it, and this kind of thing, right? But yeah, there were not very, very professional ones, and then is when they established Engkanto, like
Okay.
trying to take it seriously. And basically, we have the duty to educate,
Right.
the market.
Right, right.
I mean,
Okay.
just going a last detail is in the U.S. right now, 20% of the sales are already craft beer of the whole beer segment,
Okay.
and we're hitting 0.05.
That's a huge potential for
Yeah.
you to, just as long as you let people understand what it's really about.
Completely.
I suppose. Okay, so are you ready for your education?
Of course, of course.
Yes.
For
Okay.
someone who hasn't tasted beer. Well, just once.
Just
As I was
once.
saying.
Okay, and me, for someone who
You don't drink beer?
I don't really prefer beer.
Well,
As
you're gonna
because-
try it.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna try it.
Sure.
Okay.
So this will be your.
We're gonna
We
start.
are your test markets for.
Yeah,
If you can make us like it.
for sure.
I want
right.
the one that's meant for non.
Some beer
Yeah,
drinkers.
yeah.
So we're gonna try all of them, just
Wow.
a little bit. Yeah, definitely one sip, just for all of them.
Okay.
Okay. So that is.
This is our lager. Basically, this is what is called the regular beer that you would say.
Okay.
So this is the 4.8% alcohol. This is the most common beer that you see out there.
Okay.
Okay.
This would be the beer.
Okay.
Even though you're gonna find with this a bit
So
of
you
a
do this?
So we
yeah. You
swirl
can
it.
do it like this, like the same as wine.
Yes.
You can see the color is very, very transparent. You're gonna
Right.
smell a point of a citrusy. When
Okay.
you're gonna taste it, you're gonna see a bit of bready, even cookie.
Okay.
Very crisp, very refreshing. This is the perfect beer to be in the sun and
Will
drink it.
you
I'm
wish
still
me?
looking for the cookie.
Yeah,
Will you wish me a happy love life?
sure, definitely.
All right.
Cheers.
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 So very crisp, very refreshing in mouth. The bubble is very, very small. So the bubble that you have
Yeah.
in craft beer is much more like the champagne one, like very small, very thin.
It's very
Ba-
light.
It's
I like
good.
it.
Basic
Actually.
to not bloat you.
Yeah.
So it's much more similar to champagne, for example,
Right.
than what you have in beer.
It's nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
The way
So
you were
beer is
describing
good.
it earlier, I was thinking, wow, I didn't know beer could be healthy.
Well,
It's
completely.
supposed to be, yeah.
But definitely, that's what we want to promote. I mean, this thing is the most natural thing that you can get. It just has a bit
okay.
of alcohol, but this has absolutely nothing. I mean, one pack of
Yeah.
noodles that
okay.
you're gonna eat is much worse than this, just in terms of
See
salt and so
that?
on.
And it tastes. How do you like the
Yeah.
taste, Joe?
Well, like what I said, I don't really drink beer, but it tastes good, huh? I think it freshens you up. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah.
to describe beer, but this one is, yeah, you said it a little bit
Citrusy is
citrusy,
the
crisp.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no wonder.
Crispness there that I never found in beer, which is why I never preferred it
Yeah.
before. It was just like a heavy, bitter taste
Yes,
in my
have a
mouth.
better taste. Yeah.
This one is the complete opposite.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an aftertaste that I don't like.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay, okay.
It's very good.
Okay.
Amazing then. I
Okay.
mean, you can finish this, or then we can try the others when
Okay.
they let us know, or we can continue with this.
By the time we're done, I'm tipsy.
It's
Okay.
Friday, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So this is just the right day.
Yeah.
Except that we have dinner, don't forget.
Yes. Why was the name Engkanto chosen for the brand?
So that we are asked that a lot. Basically, is the family is originally from Cebu.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the family name?
Are the well, the founder is Ian Paradis.
Paradis.
Yes.
Okay.
And then yeah, well, they are a part of a big family here
Okay.
in the Philippines.
They're also of Hispanic origin. no?
Yeah,
Right.
and they are originally from Cebu.
Okay.
So basically, I don't know a lot of Tagalog, but I know that there were like thoughts of canto, which is drinking right in the street and
okay.
explain.
Uh-huh.
And then they mixed with all this mythology that
Yes.
happens in Cebu, Cebuanos, and so
Yes.
on.
Okay.
Very nice.
So they ended up with Engkanto as they wanted this mystic part on something different
Okay.
than the regular ones.
And it's very
So-
Filipino.
Yeah, so
And
it's
it's
a
very
double
Filipino.
meaning.
Yeah, exactly.
Double meaning.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
The corner of the street where everyone congregates,
Yeah,
and the magic
Yes.
of Philippine culture, you know,
Yes.
the mythology and all that. Yeah.
it actually is a Spanish word, Engkanto.
Encanto also, no?
It's a Spanish word,
What does
Yeah.
it mean?
same as
Same
yours.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Encanto. Actually, Encanto can be like enchanted, but also it can be charm.
Charm.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Very
right.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
so
Okay.
there's a double meaning on that.
That's probably why they got you, because you're
Well,
very charming.
I don't know if that's the case.
Okay, so we proceed to the next.
Wow. But I haven't finished mine.
Then we can maybe throw it like this, is like the wine taste. You don't need to finish.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
drop it in a cube or something if we have here.
Okay. Okay.
Something
okay.
that we've not said
What
before.
is this?
This is our honey ale. So
Honey.
the one that we tried before
Lager.
has actually a lot of awards through Asia. In the
Okay.
Asian Beer Championships and Best Beer in the Philippines 2021
Okay.
with a gold medal. And basically what we're gonna have here is one of our new ones, which is the honey ale.
Ew.
And
This
this
must
is
be good.
Gold Award Best Beer in the Philippines 2022.
Wow.
Best beer
That's not
2022.
ginger, no? It's not.
No, this is not ginger.
honey
This is just
ale.
the honey ale.
Wow.
And actually we're really proud that
It must taste good.
this got a silver medal in one of the best competitions of the world.
Wow.
In Brussels, in
Congratulations.
Belgium.
Wow.
So we're super happy
Wow.
about that.
Okay, so that was made or crafted in 2022, you said?
Yeah, that's when we went through the whole new rebranding, changing a bit the looks. We put some new beers out, and it's when we started this beer that we do together with the farmers from Baguio and Bukidnon. We use natural honey from the apiaries.
That's wonderful.
And then
Yeah.
we work with them, we get the best quality. We work also with the community, so we're very proud to help also the farmers communities.
Yes,
We
yes.
get the honey and we brew it. This has no syrup or nothing chemical. It's just pure natural honey that we add
I really like that.
to the beer.
Yeah.
Everything is like trying to be a wonderful story, right?
Yes.
Okay.
and that-
Natural.
Have a taste
and
of it.
It's natural and it
Wow.
helps the communities, Jojo.
Yeah.
So this is a
The
beer
color is good, huh?
that we wanted, has a point much more sweet, much more floral coming from the honey.
Oh.
Super easy to drink, 5.1% alcohol. So
5.1.
still in the same level. And this is actually
So let's swirl it.
a beer for
Oh.
non-beer drinkers even.
Okay, okay, okay.
So yeah,
Gosh.
you're gonna smell. I mean, it comes completely the smell from the honey already. When you smell it, you can identify it super floral, really sweet.
It's good.
But it's a sweetness that is not overwhelming.
It's okay. I envy you.
It's really not overwhelming, the full sweetness.
Really?
And actually, this become one of our best-selling products.
Jojo,
Okay.
you should try it.
Yeah.
Filipinos
I will.
loved it because it has this point sweet
A
on
little
the
bit
beer,
sweet,
but not
yes.
overwhelming, and
Okay.
became
Yeah.
one of the crowd's favorites.
It is.
This one.
I think
So
it will be
all
mine.
this have been here for like how many years?
Now
The
6 years.
Encanto? 6 years.
Yeah.
So what were the milestones? What were the highlights so far?
So
When
I-
did you introduce it first?
so
When
ba-
did you introduce it?
I think that the whole milestone is we started with a small brewery in Makati, in Chino
Oh,
Roses
really?
actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
right there.
The small system, and basically we were growing in capacity where we couldn't fit anymore,
Okay.
and we built a big brewery in 2019 in Carmona, in Cavite, which is our
Oh.
facility right now.
You mean the first one was just like a workshop, a
Well,
tiny.
small brewery. So we're having a system that was 500 liters each
Okay.
batch, which 500 liters in terms of beer is very small.
That makes
Ah,
how many
okay.
bottles?
1,500 bottles
Okay.
every
It's
single
really
time.
It's just a
Okay.
boutique
Really small, yeah, exactly. And now we built a big brewery
in Cavite.
in Cavite and Carmona that we have. Actually, what we always love is that we are the third biggest brewery of the country, actually, after
Okay.
your friend, well, and the others.
Yeah.
Definitely, we have a huge facility.
Okay.
That,
So what is the capacity now? How much beer do you produce?
So as of now, we have capacity for around 1.5 million liters in our
Oh, wow.
brewery.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
And well, we have already defined some expansions to go up to 5 to 6 million liters there,
Okay.
which in terms of beer is still very small, but definitely is like a huge. Well, it's kind of
It is huge.
decent production for a craft beer. That-
Right.
yeah.
So that would make you the biggest craft beer makers in the country today.
Today, in terms of craft, yeah. So we are
Craft,
already
in
we are
the
already the
craft.
biggest craft
Alright.
beer producers. Yeah.
Yes.
So what I would recommend is if you dump completely just the beer there.
Okay. So I can taste the honey.
Yeah.
Taste the honey.
Just a little.
Just try to swirl it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, you can like same
Swirl
as
it
wine.
like wine.
You swirl it. Yeah. You smell it. You see the color is a bit darker because this is an ale already than the previous one that was super transparent and much
Oh,
lighter.
Yeah.
And
and-
it has honey, which is
Yeah.
not light colored, right? It's a little bit brown.
And this has like a really small bubble and so on.
It's nice, no?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
This is a beer for non-beer drinkers actually.
The beer for non-beer drinkers. Okay.
What we were discussing is that my fiancée never drank a beer in her life. Zero, absolutely. She
Who?
cannot
Who?
stand my fiancée.
Oh, really?
And she loves this one.
Yeah.
So we converted one, which is good. We're trying to convert even more and more.
Yeah.
We,
Good, huh?
we could be converts by the end of this show.
Yeah, well, we'll see if you go later on that.
Okay.
It's good. It's good.
So, Ricard, thank you for the first two tastings. We'll just pause a little bit,
Sure.
take a break for the next three beers. We'll be
Okay.
right back.
Okay.
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Welcome back to Pairfect. We're with Ricard, who is with the
Engkanto
beer.
Brewery, yes.
Brewery, yes.
So we're trying out their beers, the craft
Yes.
beers, and so far
So
we've
good.
tried 2,
Yeah.
and both get what? A plus.
Yes, of
All
course.
right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead with the third one. You want to?
Sure.
All right. So
We can try this. It's a bit more special.
Oh, okay.
This is something that this is what is called an IPA.
IPA meaning.
IPA meaning is an India Pale Ale.
Okay.
We can talk a bit about the story of the
Oh, yeah.
India Pale Ales.
Okay.
So basically, this was invented when the British Army was going to India.
Okay.
That they were having their ales, what we drank before, and basically they added hops, extra hops, to avoid the beer getting ruined during the
Okay.
shipment.
Okay.
And they got something fermented there that they didn't know how, and appeared the style which is the India Pale Ale. It's something a bit more bitterness, something a bit more body.
Oh.
It's a more complex beer than the
Okay.
others.
is that because of the hops?
Yeah, it
that
has
were
a much
added?
more hops profile, a more bitterness that
Okay.
probably is going to be more complex for others.
Okay.
But ours is still a very low bitterness adapted to
Okay.
market. And we use natural mango
Okay.
to do that. We use mango puree from Guimaras when we ferment everything together.
Okay.
So you can have the whole smell, very tropical, very fruity.
I'll give a case to my ex-boyfriend for bitterness.
Oh,
Oh,
He's bitter, I'm not.
okay.
so yeah, when you can have, this is called
That's very interesting. The story behind the IPA. I didn't
is
know
our
that.
Mango Nation Hazy IPA. So basically, when you swirl it, the color is much more opaque.
Golden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically this hazy, that's what it's called. It's a new trend in IPAs called New England IPA, the style. And you smell it, it comes much more
I
tropical.
smell the mango.
Yeah, definitely can come mango, some other fruits coming to nose.
So what was the
then-
mango for?
What is
Why was the mango from Guimaras added into it to make it?
So last year when we tried it,
Oh.
we wanted to basically add Filipino products to it, to the beer.
Okay.
Because we're a Filipino brand and we needed to add something. So we were not just okay with all other products.
It's good.
And we wanted to add something that is natural. And you guys have the best mangoes in the world, right?
Right.
So
I agree.
we needed to do so. We're like forced to. No, just kidding. But
So what is this?
Sorry.
It's not mango yet.
It's mango.
Is this mango? Really?
Fruity.
yeah, it's fruity. A bit more alcohol. This one has a 5.7% alcohol. So yeah, you come already to the big brother guys. A bit more complex beers, a bit more bitter, but it's still not super bitter,
Yeah, but-
right?
Parang
Actually, it's not. It's
I'm
not.
ready for it. I
You
mean,
are?
Yeah.
You like this better?
Yeah. Parang,
You like this better than the
yes,
previous ones?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
of the fruity,
Or maybe it's because
Aftertaste.
I'm getting used to drinking.
the bitterness. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it could
Oh
be.
no, not the bitterness.
Actually, it's not bitter. It's not.
It's not. It's not.
I don't
So-
have an aftertaste.
Something that we did for the Philippines is we reduced the whole bitterness levels because
You reduced it.
Filipinos usually don't like that much bitterness
Right.
on
Yes, of
beers.
Of course.
And looking at me like that, but it's true. I mean, the taste is a bit
Yeah.
less complex,
Right.
so we needed to adapt a bit to the market on that. But it's
I've had enough of that word. People asking me,
Uh-huh.
"Are you still bitter?"
You tell them, I'm more like the IPA beer of Engkanto, which is
Very
not
s-
bitter at
yes.
all, right?
Very sweet.
yeah.
Okay, so Card, you've told us about all the milestones and the triumphs of the brand. Were there any challenges at first, though, that they had to encounter before they
Yeah.
reach the level they're in right now?
So biggest challenge is trying to explain what we're talking here to people, trying to our public to understand what is craft beer and why are we not the same as the commercial brand that is in the, and basically why are we a bit more expensive than that? Basically because we need to import and we use one of the best raw materials of the world. So we import the best malt of the world, we import one of the best hops of the world,
Okay.
and it's price. So we're in a premium segment.
Premium.
Yeah, we're premium versus commercial. It's not
Right.
same as drinking, I don't know, like really premium whiskey, but at the end of the day, we're in the premium
In
segment.
the beer market,
Yeah.
yes.
So I think the main challenge is making people understand this, that this is not comparable. It's completely two different products, commercial beer versus this. Something much more to enjoy, much more to taste, to pair with food. This and then COVID, of course.
Okay.
COVID was
Okay.
really
Right.
hard
Yeah.
because actually we just finished building our new brewery
Okay.
and then COVID hit and then we went completely to zero. I mean, there was alcohol bans in the Philippines.
Right.
But you were not with
I was
Not
not
yet
with them.
at that time.
No, not at them, but was really complicated for the company.
Did they have to stop operations?
We completely stopped operations, but we kept all the employees
Oh
there.
yes.
All right.
So we're not being able to sell beer, so it was impossible.
Right. So,
So-
how did the company bounce back?
Basically, when everything opened, stronger than ever, we developed new beers. We completely did this whole new rebranding with the new labels and everything. We hired also our new brewmaster that
Okay.
is from the US. It's called Michael Jordan, actually. It's called MJ. And
Oh.
it's a world award. It's one of the best brewmasters of the world. And we have it here in the Philippines doing this magic, right?
Wonderful. Wow.
So
And-
you mean if I'm celebrating my birthday or the company is celebrating a milestone, can you design a beer for
Like
just for the
custom
occasion?
flavor.
Yeah.
Yes, is
We
that
can do that.
possible?
Yes, with the minimum volumes, though.
Of course.
Because
yeah.
our volumes are a bit
Yeah.
small.
So which means like 1.5 what? 1,500 bottles?
a bit more. We'll need,
bit more.
Like
yeah.
15,000.
Yeah, roughly
Ah,
something
okay,
like that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Around 5,000 liters, we can start doing things. But that's what we do with many of clients here in the Philippines. So just to put an example, we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Shang. in the
Okay.
Philippines, and we made a label for them with their own beer and
Wow.
everything.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
if you go to Grand Hyatt in BGC, for example,
Yes.
Yes.
and you drink their tap beer,
That's
is
yours.
us made for just for them. So we work with the
Wow.
executive chefs, and the executive chefs work with our brewmaster, and we said,
Oh,
okay, what are
nice.
the notes of taste
Okay.
that you want? I want something a bit more citrusy, something a bit more sweet, etc.,
Oh.
etc., and we develop beers for them.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
good. Yes, that's good to know. I didn't know that about Engkanto.
So that's the good thing that craft
Yeah.
beers can do, craft breweries can do, is that we can be
Okay.
very flexible and we can make a
Right.
product for you
Yeah.
or your company.
Custom
that-
beer.
Pasadya.
Jojo. Yes. Okay,
Okay.
so let's proceed to the next.
To
Yeah.
the next beer.
Okay. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up, yeah.
So what's this?
This is our big brother beer, 8% alcohol beer,
Oh, wow.
double IPA. Is named Green Lava.
Double
Okay.
Is a double IPA. This means that together with the IPA, we add second hops when it's fermenting, so it has a bit more bitterness. It's what is called an imperial IPA. So it's something which is much more body.
Okay.
Even if you're gonna feel it light for the 8% beer, this could be a substitutive of a cocktail. It's something just that you take much more seriously on that. Goes very well with, for example, spicy foods or with strong flavors because it has also flavor. But you're gonna feel it something tropical, pineapple, grape,
there's more
as
into
well
it.
there.
Right.
This has a huge following on Encanto. We are actually quite famous
For that?
for our double IPA.
The green lava.
Yeah, and
Oh.
people really love it. It's our most expensive because it's also the much more complex and developed beer, and it's actually our number 2 in
Looking-
sales.
I'm looking at
On
the
the-
foam.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
the
my
fo- a bit more complex, much more, a bit thicker.
Swirl.
Yeah,
my friend Raven will love this.
I'm sure.
so it's a bit different. This is what means really craft beer. Much more than the previous ones. It's a bit more normal. Our mango IPA is already craft beer,
Yeah.
and basically this is what would really mean. That's what we are scared sometimes to sell to people that don't like beer, that they can enter the craft beer in the wrong way. This is a bit much more, well, it's much more complex.
Okay, so you enter craft beer the wrong way. How do you do that?
So
You
imagine,
start with the heaviest, that's the wrong way.
yeah. So
Okay.
you cannot come from commercials and enter in a super complex flavor.
I see.
Because or when you go to a shelf in, I don't know, in any other country, because here there are not many craft beers, and you start drinking an 8% double IPA beer, you would expect something, and then you get some other flavors in mouth, and you say, maybe if that's what is craft beer, I don't like it, right?
But this one's good, huh? But
Yeah, you
it
like
gets
it?
better. The stronger, it gets better.
Yeah. So what would you recommend to start with if
These two.
so that's the order.
That's the order of complexity of
Alright.
our beers. So that's what we call
The
these
lager.
two. The lager and the honey are our gateway beers. We made it
Okay.
super easy to drink. We made it really affordable for everyone, just because it's our gateway from commercial to craft beer. Means that you don't need to drink something really weird to be in a craft beer. You can be drinking a lager that is excellent or a honey beer that is already crafted. It's something that has artisan on it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Are these two the first two recommended for someone like a 10-year-old boy? Or
Well, it would recommended for everyone that is not very used to craft. That you don't know much about IPA or you don't know, because our IPAs are a bit sweet. We have this mango, but if you go to other craft breweries here in the Philippines, you probably are gonna find something really hoppy, really bitter, and you're probably gonna get disappointed very, very fast if you don't know where you are getting into.
Okay.
So it's much more easy to enter in this direction and step by step keep growing on complexity of flavors.
Right. So start with the lager, go with the honey, and then mango, and then the green.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
You know, we've been talking about beer, but there's something else I'm interested in.
Okay.
Because I understand that a girlfriend never drank before, never drank beer.
Never
Yeah.
drank
But
at
he's
all.
been able to
Yeah.
convince her, and she's enjoying her beer now. Tell us first about your love life in the Philippines.
More important than the beer. Yeah.
They go together.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So yeah, I met my girlfriend after just some months being here in the Philippines.
A month.
After just some months,
some
I think that 4 months
Okay.
after, and yeah, I mean we were introduced, and well, that's how it ended. Ended up with a Filipino, well, with an Ilocana,
Yeah.
from the north.
From Cagayan Valley, from my
From your
side
Yeah.
of the country.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now
Okay.
we're also engaged. So yeah,
Okay. Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
thank you so much.
And
Cheers.
Really, cheers. To,
Cheers.
Okay.
For us to a sweet love life.
Yes.
Let's hope so.
And strong, you know, like
Yes,
Yeah,
sweet,
intense.
strong, intense,
Yeah.
complex. Do you wish that on a relationship?
Well,
in the nice sense of the word.
Anyway, so is Encanto brewing up any new things?
we are. So our last beer that we're gonna try is our new seasonal, the one that we did the event last week. It's called Hop Culture. Is our new one.
That's
Hop.
the latest.
Yeah, and basically what we're doing is we're trying to launch new beers every 2-3 months.
Okay.
Basically limited releases, just limited batches. We just brew it once, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Oh wow.
And we're just trying to do R&D, try different things.
What if it's like a big hit? Why would you make it disappear?
Well, that's a bit on the whole purpose of the seasonals. Our Ube Lager was a big hit. We completely sold out really fast in one
What
month.
lager?
Ube.
Ube,
Ube.
right.
So there's
Ube.
no ube now.
There is no Ube now, but everyone is asking for it. So
should.
we might need to
Yeah.
bring it back sooner than I
God,
expected, because
Okay.
when you do seasonals, you always create this environment where people are gonna ask it and so on, and you
Yes,
say
right.
then no, you tease, you launch another one, and that's how craft beer, the whole craft beer industry is. But Ube really, the Ube Lager in the Philippines has been like really, really crazy. I mean, everyone is asking for it.
You should bring it back, I
Yeah.
think.
I have
So
people
Jojo can try it.
Yeah.
people from the US that I don't know how our beers arrive to the US, but people from the US messaging that are so good that they want more.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's a really
It's
huge,
great news for the company.
yeah, huge hit.
Does Encanto appeal more to the Western
Palate.
drinker? Yeah, or to the Filipino, the Oriental?
I think that we have products for everyone.
Okay.
So the beers are quite light in bitterness and so on. So for the Filipinos, I think that they are loving it completely. Our
Yeah.
honey ale has been being a huge hit. It's our close to our lager, our number one in sales. Basically, because something sweet, easy to drink. But we have products for everyone. I think that is very adapted to here. Yeah.
How much does it cost? Because it might be very expensive.
Yeah. It's a bit expensive.
How much is it?
So if you go to our website, that is probably where you're gonna find it.
The price.
The more friendly price. Well, together with the supermarket, the wholesalers, we're talking that our lager and honey, our tier one, our entry is around 90 to 95 peso a beer.
Oh, okay, that's good. Huh? I mean,
Then
that
you
makes it special.
then you have our tier two, which is the mango, that is gonna be around 110,
Okay.
115 beer. And then you have our double IPA, the one that we're trying. That is a bit more expensive. It's going to be around 125, 130.
Okay. So if I want to impress my crush, I should offer him.
Yeah. Just go to engkanto.com.ph and you order there. We deliver same day if you pass the cut, and you have your beers cold. We always deliver cold.
Cold.
So, yeah.
Wow. It has to be at a certain temperature
Yeah.
all the time.
So how beers are natural and we don't use chemicals or preservative, we use cold chain all over, just to avoid any kind of spoilage or anything. So we always deliver cold and store cold all our beers.
You were talking earlier about the food, the best kind of food that goes with each beer.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm interested to know what would go best with the lager and the honey and the mango and so
it-
on.
It depends on there is two ways, same as wine, as same as all other products. There is different ways how to pair food. You can go along with the food, with the flavor, or you can go in contrast,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
full contrast. That's two ways how in industry you can pair. If we go along the way, lager, for example, would be something with salads, with much lighter tastes, something really easy, or even some snack food that you can be drinking, right?
Pika pika.
Pika pika, exactly. Honey, for example, can go well with a bit more complex dishes. The sweetness helps really a lot on put down some.
To balance the
Yeah.
flavors.
And for me, I think that is the best beer to drink while eating.
What's good with balut?
With balut, I think that with balut, you would go with the double IPA, the strongest one, right? Because it's like a strong flavor.
Yes.
That goes, for example, well with the spice or really strong lamb, for example, really strong flavors. And balut is quite strong, right? So,
So you have to have the flavors holding their own.
do you like balut? Do you drink it? Do you eat balut?
Yeah. What's good for sisig?
Sisig. Sisig, I would say, with the oiliness and so on, probably you would go away with maybe honey that will remove a bit of the oiliness of the sisig and the fried.
Balance it out.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like we're playing a game.
Yes, I know.
What if it's lechon?
Oof.
Roasted pig.
Lechon would go well. I think it depends on the pairing that you put with it, right? If it has some spices, probably it can go even well with the mango, for example.
Sweet and spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can play at the end of the day is about the dressing and what is the flavor profile of the dish, right? Lechon can be, there are 1,000 ways to do different lechon,
Yeah,
right?
there's
So,
spicy lechon now, and yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
so
That's
yeah, you can pair, you can have each beer paired with
Does
something.
beer go with desserts?
Yeah, definitely. Especially our Ube Lager was a huge shit with the puto bonbon and all,
Really?
or some like sweet desserts. Yeah, it was like a really sweet beer. That
Then it can be for marinating also.
Oh yes. You can-
How do you call that?
would would you use
For barbecue.
craft beer to marinate beef?
I mean, you can definitely you can.
Yeah.
I mean, if you use, has always to go like together, right? You need good meat,
Yes.
good beef. Definitely, I wouldn't use some gitsal, bad meat to marinate with it. Better drink the beer and use another thing to marinate,
That's what I
right?
was thinking. If you
Yeah.
have craft beer, you drink it.
You can actually. We had some restaurants and some hotels that do some dishes with our beers.
Yeah, that's true. Huh?
Or they even grow bread. So basically, they use the yeast with the
Right.
beer to
Really?
make bread. Yeah.
Okay.
Bread. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To make bread. That's very
Oh.
interesting. Let's find out more after our commercial break. We'll be right back.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang magbayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayad.
With Globe, our steps can lead us to millions of doors opening, millions of paths unfolding, and millions of reasons to keep going. Now's the time to be with a network that gets better every day for you.
Okay. Hi. I have an interesting question. We're back on Pairfect, of course. And we're with Ricard.
Ricard
Yeah.
of Engkanto Brewery.
Engkanto, yes. And I have a very nice question. But before that, can we open the next?
Sure.
Wow, we're enjoying the beer so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
We're gonna open our new
It has
seasonal.
been it's very easy on the palate
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
So we're gonna try our new.
Oh, that's
Then
new.
our new seasonal is the Pale Ale limited edition. You can just find
Oh,
it for
really?
a bit of time in our website and some of the supermarkets. This
Okay.
is what is called American Pale Ale style. You're gonna find something really hoppy. So this is a bit more complex than the
Alright.
others. This is what really beer drinkers and craft beer
Yeah.
drinkers would expect. So we were a bit more lighter here, and we wanted to just throw a seasonal for the real beer drinkers because we owe them a good
Okay,
beer.
yes, of
But it's
course.
very vibrant. It's hop forward. It's gonna full of flavor. Don't expect also something super hoppy. I think it's still easy to drink. Actually, a lot of people have been loving it quite a lot.
When was it released?
Last week, actually.
Oh, very new.
Yeah.
How
So.
long? Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, yeah, just this on the texture is a bit darker than the others. This is an pale ale, but basically you can expect a bit more alcohol. Has a 5.5, less than the previous one that we drank. But in terms of aroma, it comes much more the hops.
Oh,
It's because
It smells
Well,
nice.
yeah,
it's
definitely.
because this we used as we are doing a lot of development, and we are in the latest trends of R&D. So basically, we use the new way of doing hops, which is cryo pops. That is basically some new technology that we're the
Cryo.
cryo pops. Yeah,
Hops.
yeah, cryo pops is a way of hops that we import, and we are the first ones to do this in the Philippines, basically.
This one's good.
Yeah, you
also.
like it?
Yeah.
You like all of them at the end, eh?
Yeah, yeah, at the end.
Smells a little floral to me.
Yeah, well, the floral is the hops.
Oh, okay. Because
you ever
it's a
saw-
plant.
Yeah, it's a plant.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
So would women like it?
I'll see.
So actually, it's quite curious because, yeah, women are beer drinkers in the
In the
Philippines.
Philippines,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we've seen a lot of good feedback actually from both. So we have a lot of women drinking double IPAs, the strong one,
Oh, yes.
and loving it, and sometimes more even than men, right? So I don't know if because a bit more okay with the strong taste,
Yes.
but definitely it's not like beer usually is a bit more men than versus women.
It's more masculine.
Yeah, but for craft beer, actually, you find the
can-
beer for everyone.
I think it's acceptable for anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And we have a flavor profile, a variant for each one of them. So
That's
if you
the
don't like
beauty
it, you
of
want
it.
something sweet,
Okay.
instead of drinking your soda
Yes.
or something, you can be drinking our honey ale, for example, that is much easier to drink. Point sweet. You want something a bit more strong or tropical, you can have our mango IPA. We have a beer for everyone, basically.
Yes.
So, yeah. How do you find this one?
It's not as hoppy as I expected.
Yeah?
While you were talking about it, so I was thinking, it's gonna taste like the beers that I don't like. But this is light and it doesn't have that smell that I also don't like about beers. So
Maybe what you don't like is bad quality. That's maybe what you don't like.
exactly. So now I know. This
Yeah,
is good. It's good.
Yeah,
I can drink this also if
amazing. Hope that you liked it and you enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah.
well, thank you for
Yeah,
letting
it's
us
good.
try
Very good.
all these different kinds of beers.
Yeah,
You know. So
So it's possible to have a beer buffet, no?
a beer buffet and a beer pairing,
Oh, yes.
right? For
Yeah.
all kinds of tastes.
Clearly, and we are renting even if you want to go a bit extra mile. And then when you have it in draft means that it's not in bottle, that we use the kegs and with the machine. So for parties at home and so on, we also
Oh, that's
rent
possible.
that. Yeah, we're renting some of
good.
those.
So, Ricard, what makes up your market? Do you have more male drinkers or women?
So we still have more male drinkers, at least the ones that we have data about, which is on our website and our socials. But more and more women are entering and are starting to basically be part of our market, and it's really growing.
Yes.
We're
As-
very, very happy about that.
As you said earlier, you noticed that Filipino women like to drink beer.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that Engkanto is doing to like cater to them in a special way or in a
I mean,
different way?
we really, I mean, actually, most part of the company are women that we are super, super happy about that. And definitely, as said a bit, is that we have different range of profiles for that. And even people that don't drink beer, we are able to convert. And it's not that we are encouraging here everyone to drink beer, but definitely we have a flavor profile for everyone.
For everyone, yes.
So,
Male or female.
yeah, exactly.
But what does the Filipino exactly want in their beer?
Less bitterness,
Oh,
less stronger profiles, a point more sweet than usually Western beers on that.
Okay.
So our IBUs, what is called IBUs, are the index of bitterness, are much lower for the Philippines than what you would have in the US, for example.
Okay. Filipinos want less IBUs.
And even a point sweet, maybe there. You guys are sweet tooth, all of you. So
Sweet tooth.
I'm
That's right.
aiming for 0 IB in my love life.
Oh, right. I'm sure Ricard also wishes
Yeah.
that same thing. Okay, so well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
This has been a very enlightening afternoon
Thank
for
you so
us,
much.
and quite
And-
early to be drinking beer, but we've quite
What?
enjoyed it.
well, why early?
Well, it's what time is it?
That's
I don't
something
even know
that we
anymore.
discuss. In Spain, we discuss. We drink beer like very early.
All
in the
day.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
You guys here need like the sun to go down, right? After 6, 7 p.m.
Right. It's like cocktail hour or something.
You go in Spain and people are having beer for breakfast sometimes in the
Yeah.
weekend and so on.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a weekend, okay.
Well, we can
Yeah.
start doing that maybe,
Okay, yeah.
but not in the office.
As long
Definitely not in the office. Don't
Anyway,
recommend
as
that.
long as there's a lot of pika-pika, syempre.
Of course,
Yeah.
syempre.
Amazing.
Well, so Ricard, thank you so much, and I'm sure
Yeah.
a lot of people enjoyed watching this show because of the
Yes.
tasting.
Yeah.
But before we end the show, is there anything you would like to say to our
To
audience
the audience.
Yes, sure. Is that just try to support as much as you have your local brands. We're really, really happy to be part of this community, to be part of this country, and just enjoy. We're making the beer for you guys. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, and we do hope that people will try Engkanto. It's very Filipino, and
Sure.
I think it deserves to be given,
Yes. Yes.
to be tried, even just to
Yes. To be shared.
to be shared, to be
To be-
enjoyed,
yeah.
for
yes.
sure.
Especially in parties.
Yeah.
Or just an afternoon of bonding with friends and
Right.
family.
And on that note, we wish to thank again our guest
Yes.
today,
The good-looking guest.
the good-looking Ricard Basora of Engkanto Brewery. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for watching our show today. Pairfect. I am Dinah Ventura.
I'm Jojo Silvestre.
And this has been
Pairfect.
Pairfect.